First is an idiom. Be backward in coming forward means to be shy and not often express wishes or opinions. For example, I'm sure Matt will tell you what he thinks of your idea. He's not usually backward in coming forward. Next, backwards and forwards means first in one direction and then in the opposite one. For example, Paul paced anxiously backwards and forwards. Next is an idiom. Bend or lean over backwards means to try very hard to do something. For example, I've been bending over backwards trying to help you, and this is all the thanks I get. Next, be in bondage with something is an idiom. Literally means to be controlled by something. Next, bounce back means to start to be successful again after a difficult period. For example, after experiencing failure, loss of confidence, illness, or unhappiness. For instance, stock prices bounced back after a steep plunge earlier this week. Next, bounce somebody into something, mainly used in UK to force somebody to do something that they do not want to do, usually relating to politics. For example, the opposition hopes to bounce the Prime Minister into calling an early election. Next, bounce something off somebody. If you bounce something off someone, you tell someone about an idea or plan in order to find out what they think of it. For example, can I bounce a couple of ideas off you? Next is an idiom. On the bounce. This is informal. Means one after another with nothing else between. For example, the team has had 5 wins on the bounce. Next, against all the odds means if you do or achieve something against all the odds, you do or achieve it. Although there were a lot of problems and you were not likely to be successful. For example, against all the odds, he recovered. Next, be at odds means to disagree. For example, they are at odds over the funding of their project. Next, make no odds. It's an informal phrase mainly used in UK. To not be important or to not change a situation or result. For example, I don't mind whether you come or not. It makes no odds to me. Next, over the odds is also an informal phrase mainly used in UK. More than something is really worth. For example, it's a nice enough car, but I'm not sure but I'm sure she paid over the odds for it. Next, odds and ends is plural noun. In UK slang, it's odds and sods, means various things of different types, usually small and not important, of little value. For example, I've taken most of the big things to the new house, but there are a few odds and ends left to collect. Next, in perplexity means in a state of confusion or a complicated and difficult situation or thing. Next is an idiom. Not soil your hands literally means to not become involved in something unpleasant or bad. For example, these were top lawyers, the kind who wouldn't normally soil their hands with police work or criminal law.